Great. So hey man, I'm really happy we could finally do this.
Yeah, I know.
So
Me,
how's
I'm sorry for the wait, but yeah, things have been a little hectic everywhere. Yeah,
yeah, I can imagine. So where are you right now? You're not at home?
I am at
Are you in
home.
some hotel?
No, I am at home. This is my grandmom's room. This is where actually my grandmom's passed away a couple of years ago. So this is where I
Oh,
turned it into a sort of a utility where I store all my heavy ramen cooking tools like my big pots. Um, for instance, I can see one big box of Naga chilies here, which I just got, which is right below me. So, uh, and yeah, I mean, yeah, this is my utility where I store my tools. And this room was the one free, and that's sort of separate from the whole house. So I'm here. I'm just isolating just because I came into contact.
yeah, that makes sense. These are crazy times, man. Like, right, we were talking about in the pre-recording as well, and it's insane. Like, I can hear ambulances almost in like intervals of 5-10 minutes right next to my
Hmm,
house.
hmm, 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 hmm. No,
Yeah,
it's that, and if you've gone past um, like crematorium or something of that sorts. I don't know if you because I remember the smell distinctly because I've been to crematoriums for my family, my uncles, some of my cousins, and I've been there and seen it through. So I remember the smell. So it's a very distinct smell, and it hits you hard when you're driving past it, and there's a big line of ambulances just waiting to
yeah,
drop someone off and then go back and pick someone else up. It's almost like a chain.
yeah.
Mm.
So I'm curious, man. Like how? So I work in like a corporate setting, right?
Right.
So the business has changed quite dramatically over the past 1 year, right? We've shifted a lot to the digital format, and you can notice the clear change in the mindset of people, not just about work, but also things like mental health and burnout and things like that. So
Mm.
I was curious about what kind of changes have happened to the F&B industry, right? I mean, I
Mm.
would expect that a restaurant it can't work in like a digital format, or is there a way that you incorporate those digital elements into how a restaurant works, or how like
I
instance
mean,
Toit or
so yeah, you would see instantly there are a lot of changes, right? Instantly over the last years, restaurants have pivoted. There's um, there's a push for QR code based menus where you just scan something and you order from your phone. Some restaurants
Mhm.
are doing it before pre-COVID, but now nobody really gives you a menu. They'll just ask you to scan something, which was to avoid that first point of contact, which is the menus itself, right? And reservations and everything has been going sort of digital over the last couple of years. So nobody really needs to make a call and reserve. Usually, you can just reserve on your phone. And they've cut off that interaction between you and a waiter
Hmm.
by allowing you to scan a code that gives you a particular table number, and then you have a tab on your phone. Like I think you can just you'll see a menu, you'll order. The order sends out a QOT directly from your phone to the system, central system, and then it's a good thing because you know what your tab is. You're like you're not overspending. So that in that way, the whole system of ordering and making a reservation is digital, but I don't think you
Hmm.
can digitalize the experience of being in a restaurant, which is difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've tried um, to create and pivot into something like make it yourself at home situation.
Hmm.
Like restaurants are doing cocktail mixes. You will have a specific people have specific cocktails that they go to restaurants for, and specific food. Now the food can come home. So we saw early during the lockdown that restaurants started making these cocktail kits, that your favorite cocktail you can have at home. All you need to do is you need ice and the alcohol that you drink it with, and then you just
Okay.
shake it up and put it in a glass. Some restaurants even went as far to send you a glass of the same proportion, so you can get that exact feeling. The garnishes, including that cherry on top, that lime on top, everything comes in that kit. So it's a more or less a complete experience of a restaurant outside the restaurant,
Hmm.
with respect to drinks as well that they came, and it allowed for takeaways. I think like the government is allowing takeaway of beer right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard.
So currently today, I don't know. At the time's 9 o'clock. If we were to order beer, we both can be home delivering beers right now in the next hopefully 45-50 minutes. But
Yeah.
this is directly through the restaurant, right? You
Hmm.
call them and they send you the beer.
Hmm.
So deliveries have taken the highest revenue that a restaurant generates. And when deliveries have taken the highest revenue a restaurant generates, there's a lot of backlash on aggregators as such from restaurant groups, which I kind of agree with, because the commissions that they charge are very high. And with a business that has very sort of minimal um, margins, and it's a big chunk. It's a big chunk to pay during this point of time. So there's a push for order directly from the restaurants. If you have a favorite
Hmm.
restaurant and it's close by, order directly. You'll get the same food, the same kind of a service, and you'll just save the restaurant some money that goes into your popular aggregators, food aggregators. So yeah, all these
That's
things
very
have been taking
interesting.
place. Yeah, yeah.
That's very interesting. So I missed out on this, but let me do a quick introduction, right? So for the people
Yes,
who
of
are
course.
listening and tuning in, so you are the head chef of the Permit Room, which oversees Toit and one other restaurant, right? Um, Toit
It's
especially.
I'm head of culinary at
Hmm.
PH4 Food and Beverages. PH4 Food and
Okay.
Beverages is the parent company um, that oversees basically all the Toit outlets, which is
Hmm.
three. The first one obviously being in Bangalore, and there's one in Bombay, which came a couple of years ago, and then the most recent one is the one in Pune.
Hmm. Wait, the
And
Pune is the recent one.
Pune is
I
the
didn't
most
know that.
recent one. Pune is the most recent
Okay.
one, and Bombay was the middle one. But I started off my career with this company basically with Permit Room.
Hmm.
I was hired for the Permit Room. I opened the Permit Room. So I was starting team Permit Room, and then I slowly moved across to uh, Toit outlets, starting from Bangalore, then
Okay.
opened Bombay, then opened Pune. Yeah,
Okay. And you also worked in Michelin star restaurants in the US, right? Like.
that was brief stints while I was studying. But before I joined basically in India, I worked only with two companies over the last 8 years, seven,
Hmm.
8 years, which is one has
Hmm.
been Olive, Olive, Olive Beach, which is on
Hmm.
Castle Street, I think, Castle Street or Wood Street, one of those streets. Wood Street, yeah, Olive Beach and Wood Street under Chef Manu. That was where I
Hmm.
worked the first 2 years that I came back to India. Yeah, and then I
Okay.
moved on
And
to